still want to capture it. I just don't want to have one big giant chunk of video. So, but you can set it down. It's fine. I think we're just gonna be here now for the wide shot. Okay. Okay. So, some other. Okay. Feel free to wash your hands. Grossed out by the chicken.
It's okay. It's fine. Just chicken.
I'm used to smelling like Debbi, so it doesn't bother me. So what I would say, what you can do that doesn't involve, that was the training. The thing I just walked you through is what you can practice whenever guests come over. I think that, I think the timeout it's good that you put, train them to do that. Yeah. But I almost think it might add to their anxiety because the barking is actually also a release, like a stress release. Yeah. So if you're having them do the timeout thing, that might make them. They're doing it, which is great. That speaks volumes for how attached they are to you. Yeah. And it will probably make any other training easier. But I think for now, maybe not do that. Okay. And try to practice this when you know there's barking. Or you can even set them up if the sound of the door. Yeah. Do we want to do that?
Or like a knock.
Knock. Yeah. Are there people that they? I'm trying to make this a little bit easier for them. Would it be easier for them, or is it easier for them if they? See, I don't want them to rehearse the bad barking in order to make it easier. We'll try to come up with an easier step to where you can rehearse this. Do you have a? Well, no. I think we're just gonna have to rehearse it with people. So when people come over, just try to do this same thing. Okay. Just do it a couple times, and it'll probably have to be guests that are happy sitting like I was and acknowledging the dogs, just sitting there and not even looking at them, and just do a couple of passes like that. Yeah. And see how it goes. They should improve, especially because chicken's involved and they're we'll see how that goes for the first step. Yeah. And then I'll send a follow-up email and we can see if we want to have another consult later to see how it's going and then go for the next step. Okay. So that's the training bit. The non-training part is you could have a radio on or like a white noise machine so that they maybe didn't catch the sound of the door all the time. Have you tried something like that?
They don't always bark when they hear it, and then just walk up to the door and they come back. Okay,
so they just check it out, kind of?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if there's TV on. Yeah. They're pretty sensitive to sound, but they don't.
But do you notice them barking less when TV's on?
I think so, maybe. Yeah.
So I feel like leaving the radio on or some kind of white noise in the background might cut down on it a little bit without you having to even do this. That's just a general thing you can do. Yeah. It doesn't seem like it's you could block the view, like you could maybe put something to hang across there. If that might help. Although the view is blocked right now, and it's more frustrating for them. So I don't think that's going to really work for them. But I think it'll just be this, trying to work on this little game and see how they do. But as you saw, even the first time with the handful of chicken and you're feeding them, they barked a lot less. Yeah. So once they get used to the idea that, hey, people coming in means that I get chicken for a few seconds, they're going to be looking forward to it instead of having this. Okay. So, we'll get there.
Maybe they're angry because they're hungry.
Yeah, I know, and I know it's frustrating for you guys to have to get I'm used to dogs barking all the time, so it probably bothers me a lot less than it bothers you guys.
I'm just like,
I know. Yeah. I'm sorry, and I don't mean to cause them extra stress, but it is part of we don't want them to practice this. Just trying to think if there's a better way to do this where they would be less stressed out. Is it just, you think it's just that they can't see me? Debbi came out before we did the leash thing, and she came out. It seemed like it frustrated her more just to see me. So I think that might.
First, I think if they come out now, they wouldn't bark as much.
Yeah,
Since
maybe
they've
they'll
seen
bark
me.
for like a few seconds and then they'll be okay. I don't know. That's my prediction. I could be wrong.
Okay, well, I mean, if you're saying that would calm them down,
especially if 3 of them are treat, they would definitely stop.
you think they would take a treat from me?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They take food.
Food is like top of their priority.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we try that? See if that calms them down, and then I can sort of do a similar exercise.
Okay.
With them out here.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just try it. This doesn't seem like it seems like they're just too frustrated to get what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna bring out actually Dexter first.
Just bring him out on leash first.
Okay.
And I'll just toss him some treats.
That sounds good. Dexter. Hi, Dexter. Hi, Dexter.
Of course, I switched positions now. It's probably gonna be completely confusing.
Dexter.
We're gonna be, man. That's all it takes.
Yeah. Especially these treats. These are like really good treats.
Well, it's just
I'll
chicken.
take some.
But it's not like dry food, you know, it's like
No, it's real
real
chicken. People chicken.
Dexter.
See, I'm tossing him away from me to let him get some space from me. But he does keep coming back, which is a good sign.
Sits.
Okay.
I know he's sitting, anticipating that you're gonna make him sit.
Good boy. That's nice.
Dexter,
That's so
boy.
Good. See, he's a little bit stressed. He's taking the treats a little hard, but good. That's nice. That's nice. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I know your sister is jealous. Well, it's good that they're so food motivated.
Yeah, very motivated.
This is easy to train, right?
Oh, he's even smiling.
What a good guy. What a good guy. Nice. Good boy. Hey. Not scary. What a good guy.
That's just an easy one.
Yeah, he's even more food motivated than Debbi.
Okay, so if Debbi comes out now, is he gonna bark more if he stays out?
Usually no. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
He might instinctually bark like once or twice hearing her bark, but I don't think he'll bark towards you because of her.
Do you like these? Here, why don't oh, you do. Okay. Can you hang on to his leash and just give him one of those every once in a while to sort of keep his attention on you? And then he's gonna probably come over to me. I mean, just bring her out on leash the same way, and I'll just toss treats again.
Okay.
So down,
Debbi.
stay, down.
It might be too much stress to ask him to do stuff right now because I'm making the situation stressful.
Debbi, come here.
Dexter, tell Debbi that it's okay.
She says, there's chicken
Debbi,
involved.
this way. Ooh, yum.
Dexter, no. Dexter.
Yeah, give him a little bit less leash.
Yeah, I might have to tighten a little bit, Dexter.
Dexter.
Well, you're definitely chicken
Stay.
motivated. You're chicken motivated. You missed it. It's over there.
Debbi, look, it's here.
Go get it.
Good girl.
Dexter, stay.
That's nice.
See how she still barks at you.
Yeah, she's taking the treats kind of hard, so she's not entirely comfortable here. She's happy about the chicken.
Go get it.
She's only approaching me because of the chicken.
Yeah.
So I think this is even still a little overwhelming for her.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice that she's being quiet. I'm just wondering if we can do the same exercise now since Dexter's out. If you want to try the same exercise, and I'll just maybe
You want to sit on this side?
I'll come sit over there
Okay.
because she's a lot less stressed now. So.
Okay. Debbi, here.
That's fine. You guys can stay there.
Cameron.
Oh, Cameron. All right. Producer is always thinking. Super.
Dexter, sit.
Yeah.
Stay.
He's a good guy.
I'll keep him there for a while.
Go get it.
Yeah. Because this might set him off a little bit. Oops, I want to make it easy. Good. So let her see me first. I'm just going to be sideways again.
I think she saw you.
Yeah, she's seen me. Oh, she smelled me. So yeah. Now feed her, Debbi.
Feed her. Feed her when she's closer to you, or?
No, just keep feeding her there, just so that she knows that strangers mean yummy.
Okay.
And you can take her in the room, give her a little break, play with her a little bit.
Okay.
And Dexter's doing his own little games. You're a circus animal. You're a circus animal, aren't you? He is. You're pretty comfy about this, huh? Actually, here, let me get a couple of these. He says he's jealous because somebody's getting good stuff over there. You're fine. You're fine. Hi. That's very brave guy. Okay. She's seen me. She's probably smelled me too. That's fine. Yeah, just giving the goodies. Alright. Nice. Super. That was a good amount of time too. That was nice. Yeah, and then just play with her a little bit more, and then we'll maybe try one more round.
Okay, sounds good.
And then I think we're getting close.
Go get it.
He's having big fun.
Dexter.
That's nice. That's very brave. That's very brave. That's nice, buddy. Okay, not too close. Keep her distance. Okay, she's more comfortable with distance too.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. You guys are doing circus animal games over there, aren't you?
Go get it.
Oh. So that was a tough one. That was a tough one.
Oh, he lost it. Oh.
So for him, actually, you might. Can I teach you another game for him? Because he seems like he's pretty comfortable out here with me. So I don't. Have you guys done clicker training? Oh, I stood up.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
But I gave her food, right?
Yeah, that's fine. She didn't bark, so that's good. I know, silly. Okay, so what I would like you to do with the new game. Okay, why don't you put Debbi back in her crate,
Okay.
and I'll just show you guys another game for Dexter.
Okay. Debbi, can we go home? Debbi, go home.
Unless you're like completely done now, you can stop too. This would be more of a second step. But buddy, hey buddy. All right. So
He's so happy.
So for Dexter, have you done clicker training with them? No. Okay, it's fine. What I want you to do just to practice with Dexter is when he looks at me, then give him a click. And a click means he's gonna get fed something. So right after you do the click, then give him a good see how that goes. So he's got to look at me, then the click, then he gets a goodie.
When he sees the food, the
Okay, that's
Dexter?
Oh yeah, but he seemed a little fearful of the clicker.
Yeah, he just didn't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know the clicker. You can also just mark it with a word and just say yes.
As he clicks?
No, without the click. Just say yes.
Okay.
Just forget about the click. He's not having the click.
Let's look.
Dexter?
He knows. Good.
Good. Yes.
Okay, nice. Yeah, you can just keep it in your mind, like whenever he approaches the guest or looks toward the guest, and just give him a goodie. On the other hand, he seems pretty comfortable taking goodies from the guests.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he'd be okay with that. I mean, you could just do that too for. Hi, buddy. Wow, that's pretty brave. You're just gonna sit right next to me because mom's there, huh?
Yeah.
That's fine. He's still taking treats for me, so. I mean, you can do this with him. I think she's a little bit too worried still. But so when guests come over, you could do. You're just gonna be right in my lap. I know they're yummy, right? Yes, good. All right. Yeah, he's taking treats kind of hard. I mean, he's like biting down a little bit more than normal, I think. So that means he might still be a little bit stressed. So what I would suggest is for him, you can bring him out on leash just like this, and and give your guest like a handful of goodies.
Yeah.
Because he bites down a little bit hard, I don't want him to hurt anybody.
Yes.
And it's not his fault that he's stressed,
Yeah.
so don't worry about that. But
Okay.
the guest can just toss him
Toss
little
them to
goodies.
you.
So
Okay.
when he comes over,
Yeah.
if he does a trick, or even if he doesn't do a trick, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When he comes over, just have the guest toss something to
Okay.
him.
Yeah, it's actually good for the distance too. So.
Yeah, and you're right, exactly. That helps him keep his distance. That's
all.
yeah, so he's more comfortable that way.
Okay.
And I mean, we can work up to that with Debbi, but I think at the beginning, at least, it might be better just to do the little exercise that we had first, because right now, with like after she came out and saw me,
Yeah.
to go back and forth, she was not barking at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's a little woofing now, but it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest practicing those two things. If she gets too upset when he gets to be out here with the people, you might just do the same thing for both of them and just wait until Debbi is at the same, like comfortable enough to come out and take, have people toss her treats.
Yeah.
To do either of them.
Okay.
Because if him being out here makes her jealous, that's gonna make her bark and make her be rehearsing the thing that we don't want her to rehearse. Right. So, yeah, maybe that's a better plan. Is to just do the quick look at the guests and feed.
What is your idea of having them come out together on a leash and then taking them back in while giving them treats?
If you're both having, like, each of you has one dog.
We have a splitter leash, so I could technically.
Yeah, but then you don't have an extra hand.
Sure.
Unless you can attach the leash to yourself somehow. I think that might be.
I actually do have a thing that attaches my waist.
Okay.
The leash, yeah.
I also worry that one will start barking and set the other off.
Okay.
So I think at the beginning for this part, just do them separately.
Separately. Okay.
I mean, once they get to know the routine, they'll figure out that okay, well, Dexter goes and then I go and get chicken, and then Dexter goes. And
I see.
I mean, right now it's new, so they're like, what's going on out there?
Yeah.
But if you make it part of your routine that, okay, guests come over, dogs are set up with their homes, and then they come out one at a time, we do, 4 or 5 repetitions of it, and then they relax in their crate for the rest of the visit or whatever.
How important is it for them to be in separate rooms?
It was more so that they don't set each other off.
Okay.
Because if especially at the beginning, since we're doing one dog and the other dog, if you're going to do that and they're both in the same room, like say if you bring Dexter out and you do the look at the guest, get the goodies, and then go back in, and you take him back in and bring her out, the fact that they can each see each other might make them start barking anyway.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how successful that can be.
Okay.
I mean, you can try it both ways and see which way gets you less barking.
Okay.
Because this way, with them separated, they were also barking.
Yeah.
So if you try it and they're barking less when they're in crates together in the same room, that's fine. I mean, we just want to try and cut down on the barking as much as possible for this, at this point.
Okay.
And for the rest, the other situations where they bark, like you said, in the dog park, when they feel like their space is being threatened, I would just say try to keep an eye out so that there aren't people coming in your area, or go out and do the dog park stuff either early in the morning or later at night when you have fewer people and dogs around. Because the fewer at this point while we're trying to like rewire their behavior so that they're not as barky, so that they're not as scared of people and things in general, it's better to avoid situations where that can happen.
Okay.
So that might be one way.
Okay.
You can do it. I'm sure you have lots of other creative ideas you can do, but just to try and avoid the barkiness where possible.
Okay.
Okay, so I will send you a follow-up email that has the details of these 2 games we learned that you can practice. And then you can start doing that whenever you have guests over. And then in the email as well, I'll just outline well, actually we can go over the training options now. So the training option 1 is kind of what we did tonight, which is like a private lesson.
Yeah.
And I just come over and do this. We'll do, see how you're doing with this stuff the
Yeah.
next time, and go to the next step.
Okay.
So that the second option is the day training, where I come over and train them myself.
Oh, okay.
I need to get my cheat sheet here.
Is it okay for bring Debbi outside?
Out here. Well, she seemed okay. She wasn't barking at me before, right?
I think she's barking because she's inside there.
Is it stressing you out that she's? And she is very slow barking. So yeah, go ahead and bring her out. Do you have the chicken still?
Oh, I think it's here. Yeah.
So you can just do the same exercise and get her out with some goodies.
Debbi.
Yeah.
Girl.
I think she just wanted to come out.
I think she might have.
Yeah,
wanted
she was
to
just
come out.
jealous that everybody else is out.
Debbi.
It's fine. You might grab another piece of chicken and just keep treating her for being quiet.
Good girl.
And she even got close. You might toss him away from us because I'm the scary person, and she probably wants to make space. Okay, so because it's a fear issue, it can take some time. Okay, so basically the pricing is each session would be $110.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter whether I'm training the dog on my own or whether I'm coaching you guys to do like the private training.
Okay.
So for the stranger type thing,
You would need people to come.
yeah, we'd have to set it up too with people.
Okay.
But even so, it doesn't. If I do it as day training, where I just come like 2 or 3 times a week and
Yeah.
work on it, it would probably take about between like 2 and 4 weeks to start with,
Okay.
and then that's just the beginning part, and then you guys will have to maintain it. But
Yeah.
I'll do handover sessions with you so that you know what we're working on, you know what you need to do to keep the behavior strong.
I see.
And then it's just a lot of maintenance. Otherwise, if we're gonna do the private sessions, again, it's $110 per session.
Yeah.
And it just depends on how they progress. With fear, it can really take quite a while. So you estimate like between 2 and 4 months.
Okay.
But it just depends on how the dogs are doing. So I'll let you guys. Oh, and there's also like they're $110 for the sessions on their own. But I also offer packages. If you want to book like 5 at a time, then they're $100 each. You just get the
Does it
like
matter that we
10%.
have 2 dogs?
Well, the 2 dogs have very similar issues, so no, it's not going to worry about that. We'll be training both at the same time. It might take longer because there's 2, because we're splitting our time,
Yeah.
and you guys are splitting your time too
Yeah.
between the both of them. But that's just how it is. Good. That's very nice. That's very nice. We're still not entirely sure about me, it seems like, but that's good. Yeah. These are rough. I think not. Yeah. Okay, so any questions of like all the games I've taught so far? And keeping in mind that I'll write it out in an email, so you'll have the written description if that
Yeah.
helps you too.
Well, I asked a lot of questions earlier that actually
Okay.
helped. Yeah, which was helpful. I think we'll have to just give it a try.
Okay. Yeah. You'll have to get friends that are willing to play
Yeah.
along and come over.
Yeah, just like Sid, but we'll try like 4 to 5 times, you're saying? Per dog, right? In and out.
Yeah. When you do it, do like 4 or
Okay.
5 at a time, and see if that calms them down. If they'll stay in their crates, and being quiet after that. Take a little nap or chew on
Yeah.
their goodie. Because you said they have Kongs or something in
They
their
do,
crate with them.
but they're like ignoring it
Oh,
right
they
now.
were. Okay, so it might have been that they were just too stressed out.
Yeah,
about what was going on
I think
out
they're
there.
really stressed out. Yeah.
But once they get used to the routine, that might relax them
Yeah,
a little bit, and
if
then
they
they might be
knew that
happy
there's a
to go in there and
process.
just chew on their thing.
Yeah.
Be fine. But yeah, I would. When somebody comes in, I would try to, play the game of in and out, like 4 or 5 times per dog, and see how that
Could
goes.
the same process work for like big dogs? Because Dexter's a little bit scared of big dogs. Whenever we walk by big dogs, should I give him a treat?
Yes, thank you for reminding me. I did write out that stuff, and I was concentrating on the barking thing. I got so focused. Yes, so the big dogs. Exactly, you could do that. It's also good to, or the best thing is to you be keeping an eye out for dogs.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, he gets nervous and wants to create space.
Yeah.
So it's just easier for him if you avoid the situation entirely.
Okay.
Like if there's a dog coming down the street and
Yeah.
it looks kind of big, and you
Yeah.
go, okay, well, hey Dexter, we're gonna go this way, and just
Yeah.
make it a happy thing, and whoops, we're turning this way, or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
And if he does see the big dog, it's the same thing. You're wanting to make make his thought process when he sees a big dog is big dog. Hey, mom's gonna give me a chicken now.
Okay.
Instead of big dog. That thing
Yeah.
bit me.
But I have to do it before he starts growling, right?
Well, I mean, technically, training-wise, he would need to see the dog, and
Uh-huh.
then you keep giving him goodies until he doesn't see the dog anymore, which
Okay.
will be helpful if you can turn around or get behind a car or
I see.
get somewhere where you just
Stop
block
seeing
his view,
him
and then you
with
can
the dog.
once he doesn't see it anymore, then you can
Go
stop
get
the
it.
treats.
Go
I
get
see.
it. Calm.
Um,
Calm. Go
So
get it.
the
Calm.
other thing I wanted to ask you was you said he bit your friend's hand.
Yeah.
Did he break the skin when he did
He
that?
did.
And has he done that before or after?
That's the one.
Just the only one.
She tried to pick him up.
Oh, okay. She tried to pick him up. Okay. So
Um,
maybe he's sensitive to handling. Does he do that when anybody else tries to pick him up? When you
He
guys
gets-
pick him up?
When he gets surprised, like from behind or something,
Oh,
you go,
yeah.
"Ah!"
And he can't anticipate it.
Even if it's us.
Okay.
He's so happy right now.
And so what I would suggest there, I mean, we're not going to go into there are training things we can do to make him more comfortable with people handling him. But for now, I would say either avoid picking him up, or if you have to transport him, put him in a crate,
Yeah.
like a carrier. Excuse me. And then the other issue you said, Debbie's accidents indoors.
Yeah.
When did that start?
I mean, I feel like it's been ongoing.
Okay,
Since-
alright.
With Dexter, he was very easy to potty train, and
Mm.
he's good. But she still has accidents
Does it happen when you're here or when you're away?
when we're not looking.
Oh,
So,
but
like, when
you
we're
can physically
sleeping.
be here and she still does it.
I wake up in the morning and she would have peed in her crate.
If we wake up too late or something.
Okay,
Like
so
after
how,
9.
But sometimes, even if I wake up on my usual time, she still pees.
is it, she's only just peeing in the crate, like when she's confined like that, or?
Sometimes if I, let's say, get up in the morning and I'm getting ready and stuff,
Yeah.
before I walk them, she might poo on the carpet.
Oh, okay, 'cause she just can't hold it quite.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, and how long has it been at that point since she's been outside?
So usually we walk them in the morning, let's say 8:30, and then we walk them at evening, so 6:30, and then we let them do it. So they both pee and poo in both walks,
Right.
and then at night around 11:30 we get them a quick just pee, and then that's it.
Okay.
They don't poop.
Yeah, okay. That sounds pretty normal.
Yeah.
It's just that sometimes when dogs wake up in the morning, because when they're sleeping, they can hold it longer, just like people, because
Yeah.
their body slows down.
Yeah.
But some dogs, when they wake up in the morning, they're like, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. So it might be easier for her if, I mean, I know you probably don't want to go out in your pajamas, but just
Yeah.
throw a sweatshirt over and go do
Make
a
that the
quick,
first thing.
yeah, really the first thing. You get out of bed, you put sweatshirt and shoes on, and you go outside and let her do her whatever's the
Okay.
most emergent thing at that point for
Okay.
her, and then come back in, get ready properly, and then go for your walk. That might help her out a lot.
Okay, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, so that, I mean, and also when she does go outside where she's supposed to go, you can give her a treat. Same with Dexter.
Yeah.
Or do you already do that?
No, I just praise them, and
Okay.
they're happy. Yeah, when I praise them.
Yeah, I mean, some dogs will work for praise, but I mean, most dogs will work a lot better for treats.
For sure.
It's just like
you saw them
people,
today. They're very
Yeah, exactly.
motivated.
Yes, that I think that would be very motivating for her if you, well, then you're going to have to keep a few treats in your pocket of your sweatshirt that you're gonna throw on with
Yeah.
your shoes before you go outside.
Okay.
And then when she does her thing outside, then you can praise, but also give her a treat.
Okay.
So
I
that might.
have to like probably feed them less dinner.
Well, yeah, and some dogs will work for their dinner too. So if you're training, if you know you're gonna do this little game. I mean, actually, probably not with this game, because with this game it really needs to be something super yummy, because people, strangers, are super scary.
Yeah.
So you gotta contradict the super scary with something super yummy.
Okay.
But for the pottying, it might work to just give her a little handful
Like
of
a
whatever
dry
she
dribble,
eats at her regular dinner.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they do like their normal stuff for the regular dinner food.
yeah, their normal training stuff? Okay,
Like
well then,
sit, paw, all that stuff, they'll do it for normal food.
yeah. So that might be fine for going potty. Just that, hey, I got a little, a little snack for what my normal stuff is, just for going out and doing my thing where I'm supposed to. So that might help her hold it, but I think just physiologically she needs to, like, once she wakes up and starts moving around, she's kind of like, whoa, I gotta go now.
Okay.
So
Got it.
yeah, you might, and I don't know if it would help to have him go out for a quick walk too, and then that gives you a little extra time to relax and do your thing while you're before you go for the morning walk. So. Okay, well thank you for reminding me about the other thing, because I did make notes. I just got all focused and excited about teaching you guys these new games.
That's the hardest one for sure. So.
Yeah, that's the and I can see, or from your email, it sounded like that was the one that was concerning you the most.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of was trying to focus on that for today. So.
For sure.
All right. Well, if there's no outstanding burning questions.
No, thank you so much for making the time.
Sure. Well, thank
Really
you for
appreciate
allowing
it.
yourselves to be recorded.
Yeah.
It will be on
This is
YouTube.
really helpful. I hope that we'll practice it. I hope they'll feel more comfortable.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Well, and with time, I think it'll improve. But like I say, the fear stuff, it just takes some time sometimes.
I know.
So.
They've always been scared of humans. So.
Yeah.
But
Well,
maybe something happened when they were before we got them. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's the thing with adopted. But it can also just be their personality.
That's
too.
true.
Can be. Hi, that's my brave. What a good dogster. I know. I probably taste all like chicken. I taste all like chicken. That's very brave. Good girl. Good job. All right. Good job. That's nice. Dexter says, "Hey, I want to play along too."
I know.
Okay. Well, we'll wrap it up. I'll get out of your way so you can enjoy your evening. Oh, because I stood up.
It's 'cause
I
you stood up,
could have
yeah.
almost predicted that, but.
Yeah. Isn't that funny that she